Hey everyone, welcome to the Gaming X, and today we're taking a look at the way Remastered on the Nintendo Switch. Now this is a unique adventure action, almost cinematic title with clear inspiration from another world and flashback before it. But does this do enough to stand up to the greats? Let's find out. So before we jump in, I just want to say thank you to the publishers for supplying a review code to the channel. We truly do appreciate the support, and for those of you that are new here, consider hitting subscribe for all your latest Nintendo Switch news, reviews and giveaways. We've also just started our page over on Twitter and we'll put the link below. So the way Remastered is a re-release, and that's clear from the name. It actually originated back on the PC in 2016. What they've done here though is they've added new graphical fidelity, voiceovers, HD rumble and some direct changes to the levels based on player feedback. It's a decent amount of content to warrant the Remastered tagline. So when it comes to story, you'll be taking on the role of a space explorer who loses a loved one. Struggling with her death, you come across an alien planet with ancient writing suggesting eternal life and resurrection is possible. In a bid to save your loved one, you separate from your crew to return to this hostile alien environment. Here, you're going to need to be ready to take on the dangers of this new alien world, all in the hopes of finding a way to resurrect this person so special to you. Now, to abide by the wishes of the developer, we will not be showing too much of the storyline, who are adamant in keeping this and also the progression under wraps. But I will tell you this, I really enjoyed the storyline here. I will admit it can be a little bit slow at times, but it did more than enough to keep me pushing forward and meet my high level of expectations. So gameplay, and this is a combination of basic platforming, stealth, puzzle solving and a small amount of action. Success here, it's found in patience. Patience in memorizing enemy placement, patience in waiting for a security camera to look the other way, or simply patience in timing that absolutely perfect jump. Now I do want to point out here, it can be frustrating. You need to go in anticipating some trial and error. It's actually a large part of the genre. It won't explain what you need to do or where you need to go. But I'd argue that's part of the charm. It's very much inherited this from its influences, and these games are more about discovery and finding the storyline for yourself. That's where the reward lies. So basically, go in expecting that frustration, but in return, the game's going to give you some decent platforming, a great use of stealth in its progression, some beast puzzles that will catch you off guard and will test even the best, and finally, a combat system that works. Now, I know that might not sound amazing, but when combined, it's a wholly unique experience. One, in fact, unlike anything else right now on the Switch. Come prepared for a challenge and a lesson in patience, and I promise you, you will be rewarded. So graphics, and by far my favourite part of this game, it takes its influences and adds its own twist. Now I'll say first of all, the pixel work here is seriously impressive. No detail has been spared and we have some seriously huge environments. On top of this, then, we have beautifully created backgrounds that demonstrate the alien landscape and vistas you will be navigating. Unlike its counterparts in Flashback and Otherworld, those influences, they've opted away from the Vector style graphics, but there's more than enough here to feel their influence without directly stealing from them. Unfortunately though, the ambition is just slightly lacking when it comes to the animation. A perfect example is the opening of the game. It's a beautifully paced moment where you control the main character as you carry the body of your loved one back to the apartment. It's a very slow, somber moment as you walk at a steady pace. It's when you place the body down that the problems start though and the animation kicks in. it just doesn't quite work. It doesn't suit the tone of the tale. For lack of a better word, it's very much clunky and almost cartoonish. I would have opted personally for a more realistic animation palette. Overall, the visuals, they're fantastic in their detail, but they are just slightly let down here. Finally, the sound and music, and this is, well, simply put, absolutely phenomenal. It builds upon the world so well. The music, it always steps in, it always makes each situation feel unique. Tension will rise and fall with the soundtrack, and there's almost always something happening here to enhance your experience. Likewise with sound effects, there's a great variety here, from the simplest of button presses to enemy design. The sound effects, they bring your actions to life. Credit to the sound and music team, it's absolutely fantastic work. Then we have the new inclusion of voice acting to the title. Now, I never played the original, so I can't comment on all of the new features, but it was clearly only subtitled before. What I will say is, it's not bad, but it's nothing amazing. I found for the majority it falls pretty flat. There's not much emphasis here, and it's clear, honestly, that these guys, they're not professionals when it comes to voice acting. What I will say though is it's nice to at least have the option here. If you want to play with only subtitles, then go ahead and do that. And if you don't mind the voice acting, then you've got the option there. It's always nice to have choice. So the final verdict, and the way Remastered joins the Switch eShop library, and it brings a wholly unique experience to the platform. It's a flashback to, well, Flashback and Another World as the prime examples, where it combines multiple gameplay elements to create something of a cinematic piece. For those with patience, you're going to find a lot of entertainment in the game during its roughly 8-hour playthrough, but do be aware, as I said, this one, it's a tough game, and the game controls, shall we say, they're not the best at what they do. You come here for the enticing storyline, the science fiction elements, and with that, I had a huge amount of fun. It makes the trial and error element worth it. Then on top of this, we have sound design that's truly something special. Unfortunately, just one area where it is let down for such a fantastic package is the animation. It simply holds it back from true greatness. It just doesn't fit the tone. Overall though, I'll say this is a fantastic addition to the eShop, and the touching storyline was just the icing on the cake. It was more than enough to keep me engrossed for my entire playthrough. The Gaming X awards The Way Remastered a great 8 out of 10. It's definitely an acquired taste though, that's for certain, so I'm interested to know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video today, consider hitting subscribe. It truly is appreciated, and your support, it continues to allow us to grow and deliver more and more videos just like this one. We'll see you on the next Gaming X.